Is this thing on? Is this thing on? I'm not asking for any particular reason. There's a thin line between love and hate, and apparently there's an even thinner line between my microphone's on and off switch. Let's hope this week CJ's on the right side of it. Welcome to You've Got Mails, everybody. Do you like me, CJ?
I like you.
Do you care about me?
Yeah, I care about you.
Do you love me?
I care about you.
But do you love me, CJ?
I love you.
Then why didn't you turn my mic on in the last episode? What the hell? Welcome to You've Got Mails, everybody. I'm Jason. Hopefully you can hear me today. I'm here with CJ.
Hey, that's called expert level editing, when I can make that work.
It wasn't terrible. We're here today to talk about 1996's A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Martin Lawrence's answer to Fatal Attraction, which is something that I don't think anyone asked for.
Yeah.
No one was looking for that answer.
Still don't think I wanted it. I don't know if I've ever wanted Fatal Attraction. I didn't know if I needed Martin Lawrence's version.
I haven't seen Fatal Attraction. I wonder if it's a chick flick.
I don't know.
Ladies, reach out to us. We have a few female listeners out there that I'm aware of. Let us know, because I mean, maybe we'll put that in the list in the place of this, because we need something better than this. So this movie was written, directed, and produced by Martin Lawrence. It was his first time directing anything, and it shows.
Look, it's not terrible for somebody's first time doing all those things. This is when he was hot. So, you know, he got some money. They gave him some money, and he said, I'm going to try my hardest.
Yeah, he was in the throes of the Martin television show.
Yes.
He was a big name. But this movie, we'll get into it. It focuses on his character, Darnell Wright, who is a ladies' man, a womanizer.
I wouldn't even call it a ladies' man, just a serial predator. Like, he's a rough dude.
I wouldn't say he's a predator. He's not a great guy, but, like, I feel like...
That young girl at the laundromat might call him a predator.
I wanted to get into that. So, actually, this movie starts with, like, the most lethal weapon-y scene that I've ever seen. With, like, 3 people busting through, like, a second-floor window and plummeting into a pool.
Let me ask you, I know you love when they say the name of the movie.
Yeah.
How about when they sing it?
Did they sing it?
Oh, yeah. In the very beginning. The song is called A Thin Line Between Love and Hate.
I didn't even notice it, so obviously I don't like it that much. Maybe had I have realized.
But they hit you fast with one of those.
Yeah,
I guess you're wondering how I got into this situation.
Yeah. Hey, so we get, like, Darnell floating in the pool. He's beaten and battered. I mean, he's bloody. He looks like he's been through hell. And he's just floating in this pool, and we start to get, like, a narration from Martin Lawrence saying, oh, like CJ said, I bet you're wondering how I got into this situation, looking like I think he says like a drowned seal or something. And he's like, well, now I'm going to tell you. And we flash back.
I've seen Seal, like, in concert. Martin Lawrence is no Seal, sir.
I don't think that's the same Seal. Oh. They flash back to prior to this, and we get to find out how exactly Darnell got into the situation. Darnell is very proud of the fact that he's got a lot of different ladies that he sees on the regular. And we kind of meet a few of them. Like CJ said, he kind of tells us about each one. And they're all very different. So, you know, first he's at a dry cleaner picking up his dry cleaning. And he tells us about this one girl. And she's very shy, but, you know, he's trying to bring her out of her shell. And at one point he just like I didn't realize, like, I think the implication is that they are actually dating. But they don't really show you that. What they do show you is him just kind of like grab her from across the counter and pull her in and like make out with her aggressively.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, you just assaulted your dry cleaner. Okay.
Story is in my head that wasn't even a scene in the movie. They were just following him around with a camera.
It might be. Martin Lawrence had some issues around the time of filming this. We'll get into it. So there's this girl, you know, she's the real shy and timid one. Then there's like a woman who works at like a hair salon, and she's a little more sassy, and, you know, she's on to his bullshit, but it doesn't seem to really work. He smooth talks her. He's real good at like telling them what they want to hear. We see him convince her that like everything's all good. Come to the club later, you know, we'll hang out, we'll get together. And then there's another woman who has a multitude of children. I think at least like 3 or 4 running around the apartment. And he kind of talks about how like she's a single mother, and, you know, he's given her like these like hopes and dreams of like maybe like a father figure in the house, and like that's kind of his shtick with her. So we meet all these women, and then we go to Chocolate City. Let's all take a trip down to Chocolate City.
You didn't even mention every one of these women. He is giving a VIP pass to his club.
Yeah, this is kind of his
Chocolate
thing.
City, which seems like a terrible idea.
To have them all there at the same time.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to affect, I mean, there are a multitude of scenes in this movie where he'll be talking to one woman and another woman comes up all upset, and nothing ever really comes from it.
Yeah.
I guess they're trying to sow the seeds that if you mess with enough women like this, eventually you're going to find that bad apple that, like, isn't just going to roll over and be like, oh, you're talking to somebody else? I guess I'll just fuck off over here for a little bit.
This is how you get people stabbed.
Shot, almost electrocuted,
Yes.
run over. And so, you know, we cut to Chocolate City, which is the name of the club that he works at. He's a club manager, along with his friend T, played by, not problematic at all, Bobby Brown. Good old Bobby Brown.
Hey, Bobby Brown's seen a lot of shit go down.
He sure has. This was like younger, innocenter Bobby Brown.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't
Clean
say
cut
that
Bobby Brown. This was maybe when
would
he
you
was
call him problematic, or would you just call him somebody that went off the rails?
troubled,
for a
I guess.
while?
Yeah, I guess
Troubled.
I guess he's more troubled. Yeah, I mean, I don't think him and Whitney had the healthiest relationship.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think he was just as troubled as her. He wasn't, like,
Yeah.
R. Kellying the situation.
No,
or
yeah,
anything.
you're right. You're right. He hasn't been in the news lately,
No.
as far as I know. But you know, they're club managers for this place called Chocolate City. Their boss, forgive me, I forget his name. A nice older gentleman who runs the club and who's kind of looking into maybe moving on and like giving the two of them the club. He wants to get out of the business, like stay an owner, basically. Well, not even say an owner. He kind of wants to sell them the club. I think he says at one point.
When you hear the cliche term OG, this guy's the OG.
Yeah.
He was them 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And now he's got all the wisdom.
Now he's on top and he's ready to kind of just settle down. You know, he's married, talks about his wife a little bit here and there, and he's a cool dude. Like,
Yeah.
It seems like he's probably the most solid character in the entire movie if I had to pick one. But he kind of tells them, like, I need you guys to start bringing more people into the club, you know, start picking up business, and then we can talk about, you know, you two possibly owning the club at some point. From here, we get a little bit of a look into Darnell's home life. Still lives with his mom, was the impression that I got.
Lovingly lives with his mom.
Yeah, like, he seems like a good son, at least. Like, you know, there's a scene of him, like...
He's got a real Italian-American vibe, too.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, and there's a scene of him like trying to slip some money into mom's purse, and mom catches him and kind of gives him a hard time about it, and he ends up putting the money back in anyway. You know, she doesn't want to accept any help, but he wants to take care of her. And like the money he's getting, it's not like he's up to like bad business. Like he's not doing anything wrong.
No, he's got a legit business.
Yeah, he's just trying to help her out, and she's kind of proud and doesn't want to take the money. We find out that he's got a little sister, which is crazy to me. Like, I don't know. How old do you think Della Reese? Della Reese plays the mom. How old do you think she was in this movie?
She looked like she was hard in the late 60s.
Yeah, like she looked like she could have been Martin Lawrence's mom, but she didn't look like she could have been like a 15-year-old girl's mom.
No.
Good for Della Reese. She's having that baby late.
Yeah.
Doing a hell of a job raising her, I feel. I'm not trying to say anything bad about Della Reese. And then my favorite, you said they sang the thing. Mama says the thing. So
absolutely.
Mama's kind of giving Darnell a little bit of a hard time about all these women he sees, and you know, eventually one of these women is going to turn on him, and he can't be juggling all these women at the same time. And Mama says, there's a thin line between love and hate. And again, I stood up in my apartment and I said, she said the thing! And my neighbor hates me right now, because every time I do it, I just scream it. And they kind of bring up a character named Mia and said that she's coming home. We don't really know who Mia is. Next scene, Bobby Brown and Darnell are outside. Bobby Brown, what's his name? T? He has a name. T and Darnell are outside the club, just like the guy's like hanging a sign or something, just getting things ready for the night. And we see a limo pull up, and this woman gets out of it, and she's shopping in the area, and they see her, and you know, Darnell, the consummate ladies' man, is like, I gotta get this woman. First, Bobby Brown's
obviously money.
Oh yeah. She's just has an air about her for sure. Bobby Brown tries to go up to her first and spit some game at her, and she's not really having it. He's very unrefined, we'll say. Like he's not.
This is mid-90s Bobby Brown too.
Yeah.
So she's got the shields up.
Yeah, she knows what you're about, Bobby. And Darnell goes over and kind of apologizes for everything and wants to invite her to the club. He wants to get to know her. He's trying to work some game on her.
She could be the one woman there he hasn't slept with.
Exactly. So he slips her a VIP pass, because that's Darnell's move. He's got VIP passes. Everybody in this town.
I'm pretty sure the whole club is the VIP room.
Yeah, there is. I don't know how they get that many people in the VIP room. But they slip her a pass, and she drives off, really not interested. That night at the club, we get to meet Mia, played by You've Got Mail's alum, and just a delight, Regina King.
The queen.
Yeah, so I was happy to see her.
Is this the first time that she's actually, like, the love interest, though?
Yeah, usually she's like a sidekick or something.
Yeah, which
like
surprises me.
Love and Basketball, she was the sister, I think. And then Stella Got Her Groove Back, she was one of the sisters.
Yeah.
I think she's always plays like a friend or a
and
sister.
she's often better than the rest of the cast.
Yeah,
so I'm
she's
glad
really
to see her on
But
top
unfortunately, in
this
this movie, they gave her nothing to do, and she's not really good at all.
No.
So I got a problem with that. Just everybody in this movie. We'll talk about it when we get into like reviews and talk about the movie a little bit later. Let's get through the plot first. This stellar plot written by Martin Lawrence. We're going
to do it at about the same speed he wrote it at.
Yeah.
Just getting all coked up and writing a movie in an afternoon.
I think so. So we meet Mia. She is Darnell's kind of like, not really, I don't want to say he's a childhood sweetheart because it doesn't seem they've ever really been together. They're friends. And I think Darnell kind of looks at her as like the girl maybe that got away. But just because like she's on to his bullshit. Like she's too smart to date Darnell. Like, Darnell would love to date her. He would like to slip her a VIP pass, if you know what I mean. He ain't
ready for her yet.
No, he's a ladies' man. He's a womanizer, and...
No, and she's the serious one.
Yeah.
You don't womanize the queen.
She's not interested. The woman with the limo shows up to the club anyway, even though she seemed like she wasn't going to come. She wasn't interested. And we find out her name is Brandy. And Martin Lawrence again tries to hit on her. Why she came to the club, I don't understand, because she's still not at all interested in Darnell.
Yeah, she makes it very clear.
Yeah, like very clear. Like it's like she came just to remind him that I'm not interested in you.
She should have been like, "Oh, I'm thinking about buying this place."
Yeah, right. And firing you. We're giving out way too many VIP passes. But so Darnell's standing around with all his friends, and they see her, and he bets them all that he can get with this woman and sleep with her. Essentially.
Strong foundation for a relationship.
It is. We find out that they have a pretty hard and fast rule in their little group of friends is you don't tell them you love them. You get with these women, you never say the words I love you, because that's what gets you in trouble.
You could say whatever the fuck else, though, to get their pants off.
Yeah.
But you could say the worst thing.
But you do not say I love you. But he makes a bet with all the guys, especially Bobby Brown, that he can give her. What this bet is exactly, I never really figured out. I think it was just that Bobby Brown had to admit that he was the man.
Yes.
And that was the whole bet.
He had to call him and say, you are the man.
Like, Bobby Brown wasn't getting anything. There was no upside to this bet for him. Like, if he didn't get with her, like, Bobby Brown wasn't getting a damn thing.
That's true.
Yeah, he didn't seem like the smartest character. Nobody in this movie was really all that fleshed out.
Before good cell phones, too. He wasn't even going to get pics of it.
So from there, we cut to the next day, and we get a little bit more of Darnell and Mia's relationship. We find out that she is in the Air Force. She's kind of showing off. She's got her uniform on, and it just seemed like there was like a weird dress-up session like that happened. Like she's home from the Air Force. She has no reason to be in her Air Force uniform, but I think she's just in it to show Darnell, because then she immediately changes into something else after this. Unless she just likes to run errands in the morning in her, I don't know, probably got like a discount at Denny's or something for like service members. Maybe she went out for breakfast and, got her eggs over my hammy and then came home to find Darnell with a box of jujubes. We find out that she likes that candy, and that's what he gives her. So he's kind of talking to her, and you can tell there's like a flirtatious relationship there. But she, like I said, knows what kind of guy he is and isn't really biting.
It's that misconnections thing going on.
Yeah. She gets a knock at the door, and she asks him to answer while she goes into the other room to change out of her Air Force uniform. And we find a guy named Reggie. Shows up in a suit, holding a box of chicken. This is what he brings on a first date.
Honestly, I was like, this seems dumb, but if I had a date show up with a box of chicken, I'd actually be into it, so...
You're not Regina King, though.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
She deserves better.
Yeah. like you and I, we look like the kind of guys that would enjoy it if you showed up with a box of fried chicken. Let's be honest. But, he shows up and Martin Lawrence has to answer the door, which was kind of a... I don't know if Mia knows that he likes her. I have to feel like she has to know.
She's got to know that he's super territorial.
Yeah, so it was kind of weird that she would invite him over right before she was going on a date with some guy.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a lot of like standoffishness between Darnell and Reggie, and they kind of go back and forth, and we find out that Reggie's taking Mia out on a date, and she comes out all dressed up, and they leave.
Well, he's loaded too. We should say he's got fried chicken because his family owns like 40 fried chicken shops.
Yes, he's a franchise owner. He doesn't own the franchise. He owns a lot of restaurants, basically, and also drives a Porsche. So Reggie is pretty well off. So he's definitely a threat to Darnell.
And also, she's been back in town for one day. She's fast. She might be on Darnell's level. She's already got a guy.
Yeah,
she's already got two guys pitting them against each other. Like, she pulled that move where she was like, I'm going to leave the room.
This is true.
You answer the door. Same way as he's handing out Chocolate City VIP cards.
This is true. So from here, I mean, what else is Darnell to do but just start aggressively stalking another woman because he can't have Mia? So we get a lot of scenes of him trying to meet up with Brandy. We saw earlier whenever she came to the club and then left as he was trying to, again, like get with her. She kind of left and got in her car. He wrote down her license plate number, and she has like one of those little plate protector things that had the name of her business on it. We find out that she's a realtor.
Yes.
You know? So first thing he does is he shows up at her office with a bunch of flowers and sneaks his way into where she works. He has to like steal a pass card, and he goes through a lot to get in there.
He's very suave, yeah.
Not really. He's fucking bouncing around like a fucking cracked out chipmunk. I don't like Martin Lawrence seems like a real chore. I couldn't get behind him as like a ladies' man because he honestly seems like he would be so annoying to be around for more than a few minutes. Like it's constantly like some kind of weird voice, a joke, like faces he's making.
He's got to be the center of attention.
Yeah, so he sneaks in. She doesn't take too kindly to it, has security remove him. Also, I don't know if you noticed it in this scene. It's for like the first part of this movie. Did you notice how bloodshot his one eye was?
Yes. So I had to look that up.
I did too.
He just blew a blood vessel in his eye and was like, you know what? We're shooting this movie completely out of order. So some scenes,
yeah,
my eye's going to be exploded.
It was incredibly distracting, his crazy red eye. So this doesn't work where he tries to get into the office. Next thing he does is he schedules a viewing of a home that she's selling. This beautiful like $1 million mansion that he clearly has no intention of buying. She shows up, a limo pulls up, which he rented just to look like he was of money, and proceeds to like make her take him on a tour of this house. They get through the whole house. They takes her up to like one of the bedrooms upstairs, and there is like a crystal bird on the mantle that he has left there for her.
So he's already broken into this house.
Yes, he broke into the house before like he showed up to take the viewing. He did a B&E. But this kind of works on her. She's very touched by the crystal bird and that he like went to all this effort. So then we get, one of my favorite things, a little montage. A little bird out of water. Goddamn crystal bird's on my mind. A little fish out of water montage where it's like him kind of rubbing elbows with like this upper class of people.
He's doing all the her stuff. I noticed that during the like, this whole little relationship, or at least the portion of the movie they have a relationship, it's all about her.
Everything, there's one scene where like they pull up to this like basically like a shack, and he gets her like some, it looks like, I think he says something about being a fish, so it's like a hook, fish, and chicken sort of situation, probably like catfish and like just some like good like greasy like fried food. And she's constantly just like, should we be in this neighborhood? I don't think we should be here. We need to get out of here. So that's the one time that you get to see her kind of entering into his world. But yeah, for the most part, it's just him doing all her stuff. And then we get, like, as that montage comes to an end, we get a horse riding scene where they're riding through what? What are you oohing about?
I just, like how you feel about geese.
Oh, that's
like
how you feel about horses?
I don't hate horses, but I don't trust horses. I don't like the idea of, like, a horse could have a bad day and just a quick little kick, and you're done. You've got a hole in your chest the size of a horse hoof. And, like, that's because they had a fly land wrong on their ass.
Here's the thing.
And they just kicked real quick, and you're gone.
Here's the thing, CJ. You should never stand behind a horse. That's rule number one with horses. You never get behind a horse.
I say you put them in a field, you let them run free, and then you get the fuck away from them and go far away.
You never get behind a horse. And yes, a horse can have a bad day. Every day is a bad day for a goose.
All right.
And it doesn't matter where you stand around a goose, behind it, to the side of it, to the front of it, you are in great danger.
Every day they wake up and they choose violence.
Exactly. But we get like this scene where like they're riding through the woods, and Martin Lawrence is just like, this horse is out of control. And he's just going, whoa, motherfucker, whoa. I was like, that's not how you stop a horse, first of all. Finally, he gets like thrown off the horse in the woods, and then she gives him a riding lesson, which I thought was very strange. They stop in this clearing in the woods, and she gives him a very sensual riding lesson where she is like talking about like gripping with her thighs. And,
I
like,
was feeling it.
She is gyrating in the middle of the woods while he's just watching. So he kind of like sidles up behind her and like turns her around and starts to try to kiss her. I'm pretty awkward. I don't read social cues very well. But if a woman gave me a horse riding lesson like this woman was giving him, I probably would have tried to kiss her too, because it certainly seemed like she was interested. As he starts to kiss her, she's like, no, I've been hurt. I don't want this. Kind of freaks out. And that's that for the time being. Then we cut to the club again. They're doing ladies' night. So they're trying to bring in more females into the club. The owner of the club asked them to start bringing in the women. Mia shows up with Reggie. So she brings this guy to Darnell's club.
It'd have been great if he brought chicken. Like, if that was just his thing, like he always had some
The man always just has a box of chicken under his arm, just ready to go. I keep that thing on me at all times.
He's just tipping the bartender with gravy.
Brandy also shows up. And this is like, I knew where this movie was going because like I read what it was about, so I knew what it was going to be. But this is kind of the part of the movie where it turns a little bit. Like you kind of start to see the crazy in her eyes. She comes to the club after she's already told him that she doesn't want to be with him. She shows up and she just kind of looks a little unhinged during this scene. He kind of goes down and talks to her. Nothing really comes of it. Like they talk a little bit, but they don't get back together or anything. It's just, I think he says like, I've got some other things I got to take care of. And then they do like a slow zoom into her face and you kind of see her eyes, like she kind of snaps. From here, he gets a phone call from her asking him to come to her house. And they sit down and they're talking. And this is where he makes the cardinal mistake, the cardinal mistake of telling her that he loves her because he's trying to sleep with her.
He can tell he's about to sleep with her. And all he's got to do is cross the line.
He's so close. And she's like, do you care about me? And he says, yes. And do you this, do you that? Do you love me?
Can you turn my microphone on?
Yeah. Can you? And he says, I love you. And they sleep together. Like they have sex. We get a scene of him downstairs. He's
wait, is this where she tells him though her secret?
Well, yeah. So he's downstairs and he's calling He's calling Bobby Brown to tell him he did the deal. Like I won the bet. Like you gotta treat me like I'm the man from now on.
As guys do immediately post coitus. Yeah, call their best friend to say, "I got it."
Just from the other room. And
I am not even dry yet, but I wanted to let you know.
And he's like he's in her refrigerator, like he's got the refrigerator door open and he's like snooping through some stuff while he's on the phone. He closes the door and she's like right there. It's like supposed to be one of those like horror movie jump scares, which I saw the whole thing coming a mile away. So he shuts the door. She was there for the phone conversation, but she doesn't seem to understand what he was telling his friend. And this is where she drops it on him that she killed her ex-husband. Like, cause she's telling him like, I don't want to get hurt. I've been through a lot. I killed my ex-husband. And I'm like, this is information you should have put forward up front. Like, if you're going to date someone that's killed someone, they should tell you before you're inside of them.
Yeah.
It's just my personal preference for me.
In many ways, I would not want to know my lover's body count.
This is true. But he rolls with it. I mean, he's kind of like, all right, let's sleep together again. And from there, we get like more scenes of them together. He's actually talking to the old guy that runs the club, and he's giving him some words of advice. I thought this was actually kind of funny. He's telling him, I've got my wife, I'm married, I'm happy. Like, because Martin Lawrence is like, you used to be me, you used to get all these girls. Don't you ever like see all these girls in the club and you want to get with them? He's like, no, man, I'm happy. Like, I've got a wife. Like, and he says to him, the older your mind gets, the better choices your dick makes.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty good, funny advice. At that point,
which Martin Lawrence replies, my dick ain't that old.
Yeah. And then Brandy pulls up in the limo and calls him over. And she just kind of starts taking him on shopping sprees, like getting him real nice clothes. Everything's, real nice.
I don't think I could handle that.
Having somebody do your shopping for you?
Yeah, like taking me out and just dressing me up like their special boy.
Well, I wouldn't be mad about a sugar mama. I mean,
I don't think I could do it.
I think I could be about that life.
I mean, if my wife came home tomorrow and was like, hey, they're giving me $100,000 raise, I'd be all in.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Let's go get you some new slacks, honey.
Yes.
But honestly, I would love to just once go to a tailor. Like, it's really hard as a big guy to, like, find, like, dress clothes that fit me. And I can't really afford a tailor, so, like, if some woman wanted to take me out and get me some tailored suits, I might be on board. I just want to feel pretty. That's all.
Don't we all, buddy? Don't we all?
But she's telling him, she doesn't want him doing anything. Like, she doesn't want him working. She's going to take care of everything. Like, she wants him to just be her guy, like, all the time. He says he has to leave and go take care of some stuff at the club, and she lets him know, well, you got to come over for dinner tonight. It's my birthday. She drops the birthday bomb on him. Now, he has to be there. And he says, all right, I'll be there.
Yeah, because he wasn't gonna, but it's her birthday.
Yeah, exactly. He felt guilty. He finds out, he comes back, he starts to go back home and do some things. And he finds out that Mia is like re-upped for the service. Like she's going back to the Air Force because it was kind of up in the air whether she was going to leave or not. And when he finds this out, it's kind of like hits him that like, I want to be with her now. Like I said, now that he knows he's going to lose her again, he kind of finally gets the gumption to be like, oh, I'm going to go try to stop her from leaving.
I can't let her go.
Yeah. So he does. He goes to her house and he talks to her and she ends up inviting him in.
for some Fruitopia.
Fruitopia, which I thought was a nice nostalgic callback. He's like, I don't want to.
That was a strong product placement.
Yeah, because he was like, I don't want to come in for sex or nothing. I'm just thirsty. How about I come in for a Fruitopia?
Fruitopia. She was out of crystal clear Pepsi. She didn't have any Orbeez left.
What the fuck is an Orbeez?
You don't remember Orbeez?
No.
It was like a soda with a little jelly balls in it.
Ew, that sounds gross.
Yeah, it was awful.
It's like boba tea before the boba.
The exact same ingredient.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like those. Gross.
I don't like things smacking me in the uvula while I'm trying to drink them.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, we're off topic.
Way off. So he goes in for some Fruitopia and just some nice snuggles. They spend
just some nice snuggles.
It was nice because he spends the night, like they wake up the next morning together, but they're both fully clothed, like in her bed. Nothing happened. He cares about this woman. He's not just in this one for the sex. No, he really likes Mia. I think is what that's supposed to show you. From here, we get a scene of during this whole thing, we get a scene of Brandy at home. Big dinner set up, all by herself, a birthday cake.
Oh, man.
And she jams the knife into the birthday cake. And this is where you're like, oh, shit. She done going crazy. Like, she snapped.
Oh, yeah.
So they get a knock at the door at Mia's house, I guess. That's Mia's house where they stay. Because he goes to...
Yes.
So somehow Brandy has already figured out where he's at and where Mia lives.
Brandy's got connections.
Yeah.
We should say, she's not just like a real estate agent. She is business. Business is fucking hard. She's got money. She's got connections. She's probably got like a little mini bat cave.
Yeah.
To do this shit. Also, she works in the industry. She knows where people live.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So she leaves this like birthday cake on the front stoop with a knife in it. And Darnell doesn't tell Mia. He just throws it off to the side in a trash can, goes back inside. And now he's fully committed to Mia. So we get, I think, our first ever, it's probably going to be our only ever, breakup montage. Where he goes to like all these women that we met earlier in the movie that he was dating.
Yes.
And like breaks it off with all of them. So, you know that Darnell is changing his ways. He's a one-woman man now. But of course, he doesn't go and break up with Brandy. The one who's clearly unhinged.
The one that he said I love you to.
But he takes care of the dry cleaner, the girl in the salon, and the girl with the kids. He breaks up with all of them. And from here, this movie had like a very distinct tonal shift.
Yes.
And from here on, it's not, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not done well. It goes into a more suspenseful, thrillery sort of scenario because we just get scenario after scenario after scenario of Brandy fucking with Darnell. First, he comes out of the dry cleaner, assumingly breaking up with the dry cleaner girl, but he also has his dry cleaning, and Mia's across the street ready to pick him up. And a car almost runs him over. Like, he almost gets vehicular homicided. This is the first thing. Then we see Brandy in her home, and she has what looks to be an orange in some pantyhose.
Yes.
Probably control top pantyhose, if I'm not mistaken.
That's called a callback.
Just hitting herself in the face with this orange to like bruise her face, and then slamming her arm in a door.
Like, what the fuck?
No, it's absolutely crazy. And had this movie been in the hands of someone more capable, I feel like this would have been more shocking, and it could have been more suspenseful, but it really wasn't. But then Darnell gets a phone call and has to run to the hospital. He's told over the phone that Mia was hurt. So when he shows up and it's Brandy in the bed, he's completely surprised. And then she goes on this like crazy rant, and the cops come in and they think he beat her.
This would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
For me. Like, this is one of my top nightmares right there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I'll ever be in that situation.
I would hope not, yeah.
But, like, just imagine, like, a woman, you walk into a hospital room and a woman is all beat up, and she says it was you. Like, what do you do?
Yeah. There's nothing you can do. So he gets arrested. Thankfully, for him, she doesn't press charges, because she's just trying to fuck with him at this point. Like, I don't think she wants to get him arrested. She
just wants him to suffer.
Trying to ruin his life. So he goes back home, and his mom is just beside herself. This woman's crazy. Like, what'd you get yourself into? Now, we hear a crash outside. He goes out. She's thrown a brick through the window of his car, and she's sitting outside in the car. I would have let Mama, Della Reese, goes hard at her. Like, she's about to rip her out of the car, and Darnell stops her.
Mom would have ended that shit right there.
Yeah, Darnell stops her. I'd have let Mama go.
They'd have never found this woman.
At one point, she drops up my baby. She was like, "You leave my baby alone." And I was like, "Let her go. Just let her do her thing." But he doesn't, so he goes to the cops and tries to let them know that this woman is a danger to him and his family, and they just kind of laugh it off. Because, she's a woman, he's a guy, like, well, you're not being threatened by a woman. They basically make fun of him because he's afraid of a woman.
I could tell you, I've had my ass beat a few times in my life. One of the worst ass beatings I've ever had was at the hands of a woman.
Oh, really?
And I was fighting back. I wasn't. She was much larger than me, but yeah, I won't go into details. But yeah, it was rough.
Maybe when we're done recording, you can tell me about this because I've got a lot of questions. He comes out of the police station, and his car, which is parked right out front, has just been stripped completely. Like somehow Brandy.
That is balls. That is a move.
First of all, it's in front of the police station. She does this.
There isn't even a jack under the car. How did she do this?
That's what I kind of wonder. Like, I wanted a scene of, like, how she did this, but she takes all of his wheels but one. She breaks all of his mirrors. Like, just totally destroys his car.
She had to hire a pit crew.
There had to have been somebody. Then she starts to threaten Mia. Like, he talks to her, and she's like, I'm going to hurt her. So he has to break it off with Mia and tells her, like, I can't see you anymore. Doesn't really give her a reason why. Doesn't tell her what's going on. So she's hurt by all this, but it's just kind of another breakup. Then they're at the club and like Mia's there and he's trying to like flirt with other girls to show her like, we're done. Like he's just putting on a front. He leaves the club and then one of the guys from the club shows up and is like, hey, we got a serious problem. You got to get back to the club. This lady set the club on fire. Like destroyed, and now that I'm down into my notes here, Smitty is the guy that owns the club, the older guy, the OG.
Yeah.
Great guy. I felt so bad for Smitty.
Smitty loses it all.
Smitty didn't deserve any of this. He had nothing to do with this. And this is right after, like, Smitty's so happy with the club performance.
Dude, they had the best night ever. So they have two scenes back to back right before this that are amazing. One, Bobby Brown is rehearsing new dancers for the club.
Yeah.
And I'm
Thank
not
God they gave him a
exactly
dance
sure where he got these ladies. I'm sure they're lovely actresses, lovely ladies. They were not dancers. They all looked like middle-aged school marms.
Yeah,
like,
it was strange.
I don't know how to explain it.
It was strange.
I was like, where did he post, like, looking for dancers?
Yeah. Where'd you find these women, Bobby Brown?
Was it at, like, a wine and sip thing?
They were good dancers, though. They didn't look like dancers, but a couple of them were pretty good.
Yeah, and it leads right into the next scene where they shoehorn Snoop Dogg into this movie.
What?
You didn't catch that?
That's not Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg was in that scene. So they introduce a rapper, and he says, hey, it's Snoop Dogg, and a guy starts rapping. Not Snoop Dogg.
No, he says this is the LBC.
Yes.
That's the name of the band.
And Snoop Dogg is the third guy rapping in that scene.
No,
Yes.
I thought that guy just sounded like Snoop Dogg.
No, it was him.
I'd say I'm going to go back and rewatch it, but I'm not going to rewatch this movie.
Just take my word for it.
All right, I'll look into it.
Everybody, just take my word for it.
I'll look into it. So he runs back to the club, and Smitty is just like beside himself. And this is also right after his best night they've ever had at the club. He tells him that he's going to give him the club, and now it's just been burned to the ground, basically. So he tells Smitty, "I know who did this. I'm gonna go take care of it." Drives out to her house, walks in the door, immediately gets knocked out and tied up.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for him
I don't
too
e-
much.
I don't either.
Like, it was hard to feel bad for this guy.
But-
I feel scared for his life.
Yeah, but she's beating the crap out of him, like knocking him down, kicking him in the balls. Bobby Brown is looking for him, so he goes to Mia's house to find her, and Mia's like, no, he broke up with me, I don't know where he's at. He explains to her that the reason he broke up with her is because this woman was threatening him and her, and he thinks that's where he's at. Bobby Brown grabs Mia, and they race to go save him.
Yeah, Mia's game. She's bringing the armed forces.
Yeah, she's
Let's
ready.
roll.
She's ready to go. Brandy takes Martin Lawrence up into the bathroom. This is the weirdest thing. Like, she has a gun. She's holding him at gunpoint, but her plan is to put him in the tub full of water, fully clothed, hands tied behind his back, and electrocute him in the tub?
This is after she ties him up and force feeds him some of the birthday cake.
Yeah.
Which I was like, joke's on you. I'm into this shit. Like,
But, like, was that her plan? Was, like, electrocute him and then, like... But she also shot him.
so.
Like, he wouldn't get in the tub, so she shot him and made him fall into the tub. Like, so was she trying to cover it up? Saying, like, oh, he was getting a bath and he accidentally shot himself and then the radio fell in the tub? I don't understand.
Shit happens.
Yeah. So at this point, Bobby Brown and Mia show up. She has to go and stop them. I kind of miss what happened to Bobby. Did she, like, knock him out or something? Because he just totally...
He just disappears.
Yeah, he did. So she didn't knock him out.
I didn't see anything happen to him.
Okay, so Bobby Brown just wanders off somewhere. Like, he probably, like, found her den and she's, like, a big TV or something. He's like, oh, this is nice.
Mid-90s
Just-
Bobby Brown. He stopped for some coke.
He just sat down in the... But Mia goes upstairs and finds her, and they start fighting. At this point, Darnell has gotten loose of his shackles, and he's waiting for her to come around the corner. He's got, like, a knife. He's going to stab her. But finally, like, Brandy leads Mia into a room with the gun, and Martin Lawrence at this point has just hidden himself in a closet. He busts out of the closet, tackles both of them, like, no regard for Mia's well-being at all, and drives all three of them through the two-story window. We're back to the beginning, where it all started.
And this is where the movie Groundhog Day is, and you have to watch it again.
Thank God it didn't. But they're in the pool, and then we get a scene where like he wakes up in the hospital. He's fine. He's a little beat up, and he just realizes how happy he is to have Mia. Everybody's okay. Mia's fine. She got thrown out of a window, but she seems okay.
She's hardcore.
There's a scene where they're showing like Brandy getting her mugshots taken, and she's been arrested. But then there's also like a weird scene at the very end of this where she's like on a rooftop overlooking the city, like some kind of like Batman figure. Like she's still out there and she's still coming for you, Darnell.
They were setting us up like an MCU extended universe, man.
It was the damnedest thing. And that's how the movie ends. And that's a thin line between love and hate. Go ahead, CJ. Give us some flowers. What are your grand gestures for this movie?
I dug seeing Tracy Morgan.
Yeah, he plays a bartender.
Just a quick bartender in there.
That was his first acting credit. First movie he was ever in. Was The Thin Line.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would suggest people, instead of watching this movie, instead go to YouTube and search for Bobby Brown on the Arsenio Hall show. There's a great video. Anytime I think of Bobby Brown, I think of this video where he is dancing with New Edition, and they are just having the time of their life. They're at the height of popularity, and a large bag of cocaine flies out of his pocket mid-dance, and he dances over and picks it up live on television as if nobody is in there watching him.
That's commitment.
Yeah, he keeps dancing.
Yeah, man, the show must go on.
So that's a great video. Anytime I hear that guy, that's how I want to remember him.
Yeah, it's gonna be a much better watch than this, I would assume.
I'm sure you do a little bit more research usually. I'm sure you're gonna talk about Martin Lawrence losing his motherfucking mind.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, all right, I'll pass it to you then.
So this was kind of like the height of, like we said, Martin Lawrence was really riding high at this point. He had done Martin, but there were also like some issues with Martin. So that show started in 93 and went to about 98. And it really fell off towards the end because Tisha Campbell, who played his girlfriend in that series, would not film any scenes with him anymore because of his attitude and the way he treated everybody. So he was already kind of hard to work with, and like there were issues on the set of that. This movie, and I couldn't find anything. There's a weird tidbit on IMDb when you go into like the trivia and things like that. It says, well, on the set of this movie, Martin Lawrence was hospitalized after he lashed out.
He had a nervous breakdown.
He did, but that wasn't like... So I don't know what this was. I couldn't find a story online saying like what he did on the set of this that caused him to get hospitalized. But after the movie had wrapped production, a lot of you, if like you're around CJ and I's age, I remember this distinctly. It was like late 90s, was right before this movie released. He was found walking through the streets of LA in his underwear, waving a gun, just yelling out weird things and like just completely unstable.
Was this the one where they tried to spin it that he had been exercising too hard and was severely dehydrated?
His publicist said he'd been severely dehydrated. He chalked it up to being real high.
Yeah.
So I mean,
which actually would make more sense.
It could have been. I mean, it could have been stress because I mean, this guy was like writing, producing, and directing his own movie right up until this point, and was about to come out. He probably knew it wasn't very good. I don't know. Yeah. But like he literally lost his freaking mind. And throughout the process of making this movie, it seems. But it also seems like he was just fighting a lot of demons and had some weird things going on.
Yeah, and I think he eventually kind of got past that and he kind of owned up to it.
Yeah. He seems to be doing good now. I mean, he's made like 4 more Bad Boys movies. He's been in stuff. Like, he seems all right.
Yeah.
Let's hope Martin Lawrence is okay. I do enjoy Martin Lawrence. I didn't enjoy him in this necessarily, but I do enjoy.
There was a time where like they were expecting to be the next Eddie Murphy, and I think that's probably a lot of fucking pressure because Eddie Murphy's kind of king of the mountain.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, other than that, as far as like just non-movie related stuff, we have a few listener updates.
Oh
things that we could talk about. So I want to start out by saying that we've located and heard from our Scottish listener.
Yes.
And so far, she seems like a delight.
Warms my heart.
Yeah, so we want to say hi to Louise from Scotland. She hit us up on the Facebook. She started following the Facebook page. I'll just read you a little bit of what she said. She says, hello, I think I might be your Scottish listener. I love the podcast. Thanks for the hilarious takes on some of my favorite movies. She's actually vacationing in Spain for 2 weeks. So actually, by the time this episode airs, she will not be in Spain anymore. So, Louise, we hope you enjoyed your vacation.
Yeah, I don't know you that well, but I bet you deserve it.
Yeah, I think so, too. So, that's that. We've heard from Scotland. And all I have to say now, the ball's in your court, Germany.
Yes.
You're the one we're waiting on.
You've been there since the beginning.
Yeah.
I would like to think that you do speak English. Otherwise, this is a very confusing podcast for you.
This could just be how they're learning English, and like they're just some German person walking around just talking like a yinzer.
But German, if you're listening to this and you're thinking, I couldn't possibly be the German, you are.
You are, yeah.
You are the one German person that downloads this.
Yes.
So do like Louise.
And say hello.
Yeah, say hi.
Or Revita Zane. Our other, which I'm just going to tease it because I'd like to spread things out. I don't want to do it all at once. But we heard from our listener in Moscow, Idaho again. And he had a few questions for us. I said we wanted to do like a little mailbag thing, ask us some questions. So next week on the podcast, we will answer these questions. So yeah, that's
questions 3.
That's it for my grand gestures and flowers.
I love it.
Shall we chick flick it to a dick flick it?
Yeah, I want you to go first. I'm not super confident on mine. So full disclosure, we're recording this after I've had a pretty fucking rough run of COVID.
Yeah.
So I watched this movie in the middle of a COVID daze that was impressive.
Yeah.
It was almost as if a whole different person had watched it. So it took me a few days to even get some good, like a good chick flick to a dick flick on this put together.
Well, you're doing a hell of a job so far, CJ. So.
I'm on the other side. Dude, I'm happy to be alive. You're getting peak CJ right now.
And I like it. I'm happy you're alive, too. You know what? We could chalk that. Maybe you had COVID when you forgot to turn my mic on. Maybe that was it. Yeah, we'll give you a pass. All right, so my chick flick to a dick flick. So that opening scene when they dive through the window into the pool, obviously my mind went straight to Lethal Weapon. Like, that is such a Lethal Weapon scene in my mind. Like, the guy's just breaking through the plate glass window and falling like stories into a pool. And then there was a scene at the end when she's about to murder him and she has him in the tub full of water and she picks up this stereo and she's about to throw it in and electrocute him and he gets out just in time, right? I can draw some parallels between this movie and another Mel Gibson movie, not Lethal Weapon, one that we just watched, What Women Want. Martin Lawrence is a womanizer. All he cares about is himself. He's a chauvinist. She goes to throw this stereo in the pool or in the tub. He doesn't get all the way out. His foot's still in it. He gets electrocuted. Movie plays out the rest of the way, same as it has. They dive through this window into the pool. Martin Lawrence crawls out of the pool, and all of a sudden he can hear, like, Brandy's thoughts. He can hear Regina King's thoughts. He can hear all these women's thoughts.
It's that Mel Gibson magic.
He starts to get out of the pool. He puts one arm up. He puts the other arm up. And there's a set of boots right there in front of him. And he looks up, and it's Martin Riggs from Lethal Weapon. And he's like, hey, I've got the same fucking problem. All I can hear is What Women Want. My other partner, he's retired. He was too old for this shit. You and I, we could do something here. So we get like kind of like a one half of Lethal Weapon, one half of Bad Boys, all of What Women Want. And they become like this crime-fighting cop duo that can hear the thoughts of women.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is a club sandwich of ideas. There's a lot of ingredients.
Yeah, right.
But I like it.
It's a lethal line between love and What Women Want.
Whew.
There you go.
I'm going to need a nap.
It's a journey.
All right.
So it's almost more of a sequel idea, but you know.
Mine's a lot simpler than that.
Okay, all right.
I just want, because we talked about, Martin Lawrence in real life went a little off the deep end during this movie.
He certainly did.
I want his character to go off the deep end in the movie. So she starts torturing him, and he's just like, fuck this, I'm going to do it right back. And rather than, trying to protect Mia, he realizes that he's also absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
And it becomes this cat and mouse game where it's like spy versus spy.
Yeah.
She burns down Chocolate City. He burns down her entire work. Like the entire large building that she works in. Like he's planting explosives. They just keep going back and forth to the point where in the end she does end up killing Mia. But Martin Lawrence realizes that's fine because he actually is in love with Brandy. Oh. Like, this is how they finally figure it out.
Their love languages.
Their love language is extreme violence.
Okay.
With multiple body counts.
Okay. All right.
So that's where I was going with it. Maybe it was in a dark place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. It's a real feel good. Okay. Should we Nicolas Cage this thing?
Yes.
All right. I'll go first on this one.
All right. Hit me.
So I went with Tracy Morgan. He's barely in it, but it's his first acting credit.
It's literally just reaction shots of his face.
Yeah, and for me, like probably my favorite person in this movie, even though he was only in it for maybe 2 seconds. So Tracy Morgan, who plays the bartender in this, also in 30 Rock. He plays Tracy Jordan, alongside Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin, of course, plays Jack Donaghy in 30 Rock. Alec Baldwin, famously in Glengarry Glen Ross, ABC, Always Be Closing. That movie also stars Ed Harris. Ed Harris plays General Hummel in The Rock.
Yeah, remember that time Ed Harris was the bad guy, like the scary bad guy?
Yeah.
How did they do that? They pulled that off.
They did.
You know why? Because it was a great movie.
That's right. And The Rock, of course, stars Nicolas Cage.
Yep.
Easy one.
That's my first Nicolas Cage movie.
The Rock?
Yes.
I'm not sure if it was mine. It might have been. I think Face Off. Which came first?
The Rock.
Did it? All right, then it probably was The Rock.
Yeah, everybody remembers their first.
No, you know what? I saw Raising Arizona well before I saw either of those.
Yeah, that one was hard to miss.
Yeah.
So I'm adding him into this movie. I thought of a few places. I did think of him as the OG. That would be pretty good.
Yeah.
As Tracy Morgan, just because Tracy Morgan.
Nicolas Cage is just running Chocolate City.
But I'm going to add him in as a whole new character.
Okay.
I want him to be Mom's husband.
Oh.
So Martin's stepdad.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage.
I like that.
So, like, he's just trying to impart wisdom to Martin Lawrence, like, womanizing Martin Lawrence. And he's just saying, well, you know, what I'd like to see down at Chocolate City is more of a family-friendly atmosphere. And the whole time Martin's just not having it. He's like, how are you with my mother?
Like, maybe it could be a real chocolate store. You know, we could just sell candy bars and, yeah. All right. I like that. All right. Well, let's rate it.
All right. I'm going to go 1.25.
Yeah.
Yeah, this wasn't a good movie.
No, didn't like it.
No. Like, I can't really even think of any scenes in it where I was like, I love this. This is great. Everything kind of sucked.
Yeah. I agree. I'm gonna go a little bit lower and give it a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't anything about this movie that really did it for me. The funny parts weren't funny to me. Martin Lawrence, who I do enjoy, it seems better when he's acting off of somebody. Like, I don't care for him in a lead role. And I do think, like, this was probably a vanity project for him. I mean, written, directed, produced, all by him. You had some good actors and actresses in this movie. None of them were really fleshed out. Like, nobody got a lot of screen time. I didn't really care about anybody. It was just him chewing scenery for like 2 hours. And the stakes were so low because I didn't care. Like, when Brandy snaps and decides she's going to, like, ruin his life, I was like, good. Like, give me something at least to be interested in. Like, if anything, I probably was rooting for her more than I was him.
You could tell while they were filming this movie that nobody was really having a good time.
Yeah.
Including Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
Like, everybody was just like, oh God, how bad is it going to get today?
Yeah. This movie sucked. That's... The line between love and hate is not that thin when it comes to this one. Like, I fucking hated it.
Maybe we'll get a better one next week.
I hope so. Speaking of which...
There's still some good movies on this list.
Oh, there are, yeah. I mean, I'm not worried. I like the bad ones as much as I like the good ones, you know?
Yeah, you can't have all good ones.
Yeah, no. I love it all. I celebrate the whole catalog.
Yeah.
All right. So shall we roll for our movie next week, then?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
We're up around 200 now?
202.
202. Okay, and we have number 140.
140. Oh, CJ.
Oh,
I think you're going to be very excited about this.
Tell me. I'm excited. I'm already excited. I haven't even heard it yet.
I'm surprised this even happened this soon.
Are we getting Step Up 3?
No, we're not.
Tell me we're getting Step Up 3.
We're not. What we are getting is the 2018 version of A Star Is Born.
With Gaga.
Gaga and Bradley Cooper.
We're getting Lady Gaga and Rocket Raccoon.
We are. We're going to go Gaga.
Right.
So, yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to see this movie
I did
after
too.
watching the last one.
I did too.
It's still fresh in my head.
Yeah, that movie was so batshit crazy, but, like, in a good way.
There's no way.
Like, I rated that movie low, but I liked that movie just because it was so ridiculous.
Yeah, it was like watching The Warriors.
Yeah.
Like, that is my chick flick version of The Warriors.
Yeah.
And there's no way that the newer version is going to be that insane. Like, I worry they're going to take themselves too seriously.
If he doesn't drive a motorcycle into a crowd of people off a stage, I'm going to be very upset.
I can't picture it happening.
God, I hope so. Maybe they'll up the ante. Maybe he'll drive like a whole car into a crowd of people. I don't know. All right. Well, then, until next week when we discuss 2018's A Star Is Born, Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. Please remember to follow us, like us, subscribe to us, wherever you get your podcasts. Send us an email, some questions.
Thanks, Louise.
Thank you, Louise. Send us some questions. you've.gotmails@yahoo.com. And check us out on the Facebook. Like I said, that's how Louise got a hold of us. CJ he puts a lot of work into a funny meme every week. Come see the memes.
Yeah, just so much work.
Shh. Come see the memes that CJ's created painstakingly. You can find us on Facebook. It's just You've Got Mails. Pretty self-explanatory. And so, yeah. Until then, stay romantic and don't be shit at each other. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. You remember Shanae?
I do remember Shanae, yeah.
Like they could have put Shanae in there.
I would have liked that.
That would have made it a little better.
It would have.